Hello guys, welcome back. In the previous video, we worked on Doctype. Now it's time to work on the child Doctype and recorder. The child Doctype are just primary members of related information related to a single Doctype. First, without further ado, we'll check on this. We've created a Doctype. We'll go back to the Doctype list. We have the property agents. First thing to do is to click on new, enter the name. Before creating the name, we can reference what it is. We have this called amenities, but I will call it amenity and record that it's a good thing to um, use plural for your dog type name. But I would not call it amenity. I'll call it um, property amenity. Why I use properties is such that I will recall, or whenever I see it, I'll know that this is related to property. That is why I use name. I could have just used amenity, but I want it to be attached to this, or property amenity detail. This is also good. Or property amenity item. You can use this. And the module is estate app. What we do, we click is child table. That's it. And to check, what do we have? We have what should we call it? Should I call it amenity name? Yeah, I will just call it amenity name and value. Whichever you select must be compulsory. And the naming convention, we can leave the system to automatically give it a name. We do not need to store names for this. But there's a catch to this. The amenities we are to select here should also come from another table called this amenity. Let's create that by clicking on new doc type. Okay, go back to doc type, new, call it property amenity item, estate app. This is not a child table, this is a full table. I'll give it amenity. And the field name should be field amenity. Whatever we type in as amenity will be used as the name of, or the primary key of the item. Save. Okay, we can grab this, copy, come back to this child table, make this amenity, just give it amenity, type link, and it's linked to amenity. That's it. We can type default or fetch from amenity. No need, just leave it like this. Save. Then this amenity detail, we'll add it to the property doc type. Go back to the doc type, refresh. So we have amenity item, which is a full table on its own. Amenity table is a child doc type. Go back to the property, After the agent and description, we can add amenity below. Before that, I'll make this a section break. Then the section break should be collapsible. Here will be amenities, link. The option should be this link fields. So what we have just done here is one. Let's go back to the doc types. One, we created a doc type called amenity. This is for adding primary or for adding these amenities here. We'll add list of amenities, balcony, deck, parking. Next, we created a child doc type called amenity, amenity table that will be used to select amenities in the doc type, in the property doc type. And we went to the property doc type to add this so that we can always add so many items to it. Okay, if that is too much or you could not grasp it, let's go one after the other. First, go to the doc type, property amenity item. Wow, beautiful. Just click go to property amenity items. That takes us to the property list, item list. You may not see create new because we just created it. To clear the system, we go to settings, reload. Once it is done reloading, you can see this new button. Click on new. Amenity, you can reference this. I have balcony, deck, parking. Balcony, save. New, menu, new. Next amenity, deck. New again. Next amenity, parking. Save. Can add more. I'll add this outdoor kitchen, tennis court, sunroom first. New. Copy this next one. New. Okay, I'll stop here for the now. Go to property items, refresh. You can see all the items we just added. Click on any. Shows you this name. There's no other information here. That is property items. For the now. Some of you may ask, why is it that we do not have on this dex page, we do not have a way to, log into this, what is it called? To this, we didn't see estate app on this side of the screen. We'll get to that later in the video. Be able to add this page here and a workspace to link to different parts of the estate application. But for the now, we should not worry too much about it. Let's get a working system up and running first. Okay, we have our property items ready. So I'll go back to my doc type list. As for the child table, you cannot view the child table the way you view these items. Click on this child table. You observe that there is no view property amenity listed because it's a child table. It is not standalone. It depends on something to have data. But to work with that, you can come here, reload. Okay, fully loaded. You can scroll down after the description. You see amenities. Here, when you clicked on it, you saw something different that says advanced search, but we entered that wrongly. We entered this wrongly, the information wrongly. Go back to the property. Go back to the property doc type. Go to this amenity. It is not a link, it is a table. Oh, sorry about that, it is a table. Correct this to table, not a link. So a child doc type is what referred to in a doc type as what a table. Save that. Go back to the doc type itself and reload. Okay, now we see a beautiful, 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 beautiful section with what amenities. I'll click on this add room. It will show me the list of amenities. If it is not there, I can type. I'll select tennis courts, add another row, parking, add another row, deck. But there's an issue here. For example, I selected tennis court here, parking here, and deck here. Take a look at this. Add row, tennis court again, and save. If I am to retrieve this on the website using for loop, it will show tennis court two times, which we don't want. But once we get to custom scripting, we'll see how we can handle this to stop it from, selecting same item over and over and over again, or same items over and over and over again. Okay, we have saved that and we see what a child dog type is. To check this, let us go back to our bench MariaDB database. Type bench MariaDB. You can say select asterisk from tab. What is the name of the table? The child dog type table is called property amenity detail. Enter. And you can see the four items we selected from this property. And the parent field in that table will be this. Okay, let's just keep going. I'll use my right D-pad or right arrow key on the keyboard to scroll to the right to see more. Now you see it has a name automatically generated. We are not interested in that. The creation date, automatic modified date, and who created it, administrator, owner, administrator. The doc status, we are not interested in this. The parent, this parent is which doc type was this items created for, because you could also link these amenities, this table, this child table or child doc type to another or an entirely different doc type. You could link it to sales invoice, you could link it to human resource, whatever. So that parent field here depicts the doc type in question, not just doc type, sorry, the doc type primary key. We have parent and we have parent field. The parent field itself is what? Amenities, but it has not showed us the doc type in question. You can scroll to the right using the T-pad to see which doc type it's related to, and this is the what? Parent doc type. The parent doc type is what? Property. The parent field is amenity. Why is this amenity? Because in the doc type, in the property doc type, we call it what? Amenities. That is what the name is. I did not type this in. I stated earlier that if you type in something here, it will automatically choose it as the field name, but you can set your own field name. Take note of that. Okay, that is the parent type is property, the doc type property. The parent field is what? Amenity, and the name or the primary key for the doc type is what? 001. And we add for the second property, so you can see the difference. Property 2. Property 2 has no amenities. I'll just add one. Parking and save. Execute this code again by typing Q, the up arrow key. And you see we have 5 items here. The last one is what? 002. Scrolling to the right, you see what is a um parent field 002, but it's still what of type property. So that's just it. You can press Q to escape this and exit to check out of the database. We'll go back to this. We have another doc type to create. We have another child doc type to create this quick summary. And this quick summary contains what we call a property ID, location, property type, status, area, bed, bath, and garage. This we may not create this as a child doc type. We can create this as part of the doc type itself. This location which we specified as address and property type. Yes, this property type is a different table on its own. Right now, we can create a different table. Let's call the table property type. Sorry, not a table, a doc type. So I'll go back to the doc type, new, call it property type, or property type, module estate app, just type there, should be data, and it is mandatory that we type it. Well, if this doesn't work, you can expand it or reload. What other foreign table can we have? We have property type. Yeah, this status we may just have two status. We can use what is called a select field. Okay, I'll go to the property itself, this property doc type itself. Go back to property. At the very top, not under this amenity, before this description, um, after the agent, I'll add insert below. I'll call it a section break. Please take note of this. When I added this, I said collapsible, but it is not collapsible here. Let us quickly correct that. Get rid of this first. Delete. Amenities. I'll give this a name. Call it amenities section. And expand it again to be sure I selected collapsible. Yes, collapsible. Save that and test by reloading. Okay, reload complete. You can see here it shows amenity section and you can see the expand. Click on it. This expands it. Click on it again. It closes it up. So that is what I wanted to correct that there. But for these new doc types we just created, the refresh this. Since I have not saved that. Yeah, property type. You can add it to the doc type itself. Go here. I want to add it after this agent. So after the agent or under this address, you add it under this address. Insert below. Property type. To be a link, we'll make it mandatory. The property should have a type. links to property type. Then the next thing I want to add is this status. Status. The status could be for sale, for rent, or for lease. Could add it under this agent. Start below. Status. Now this is a catch. We use select. Select is the same as HTML select. First, we give option. I'll leave space for the first line. That is, the first option will be blank. Then the second option will be, is it for sale? The third option will be, is it for rent? And the third option should be lease. So here we have four options, the zero or let's say option one, nothing, two sales, three rents. So each of the options should be on a new page. And we make that mandatory so that the person who is creating it can, select it or must select it in order to save. Wow, well and done. Refresh this by using reload. Okay, reload complete. We see the property. Why it shows under address is that I came here and I selected address. I said add this property type under address and this under agent. That's why you have it like this here. The property type is under address and this agent. And you cannot save this without um adding things to the document. Yes, this for the status, you see sale. The first one is blank, then sales, rent, and lease, which is what we did here for the select option. So this acts as an HTML select field. I will select for sale and property type, a foreign key or a table or if a link. You can create new property type. From this page, I have house. Okay, I'll add house to it. You can go to the property type and add as many types as possible. Wow. There's an issue here. The system automatically generated a name for us, but we would not want that. You can go back to this property type. Go to the name field, the field name. Sorry, not name, field type and save. Beautiful. And go to the list. Refresh, refresh. I'll go back here. Click out, click in again. Edit info page. Let us see. We have house, we have condo. Save this. Wow, beautiful. Condo selected. And what else have we? Amenities. We have amenities selected. We can save that. And here we have beautiful things. We have property name, which is of type data, image of type attached, address of type data, agent of type link, condo of type link, status of type select, description of type HTML fields, amenities of type table, which is what a foreign key. That said, thanks for watching. In the next session, we'll progress with the doc type and possibly get into feeding data and custom scripting.